Hi, hello, and welcome to Toonkind 12 FPS. On 12 FPS, I don't. um, I am maybe Hero, for zero, maybe for short, and I'm joined today by lovely person who will introduce himself in a moment.
Hello! I'm Sotoro, and today I'm gonna be playing Alla Rosa once again. Here at it again, getting to find out some fucking stuff.
Yeah, I'm not going to introduce my characters yet because while it's related to Rosie, we're continuing the plot line between Rosie and Soto. It is not Rosie herself. She's not a peer in this one.
He who?
So, so, last time those two were together in Eye for Color, Alla and Rosie has figured out one very important thing, and that is the reason why Rosie kind of loses herself when why Rosie's rage as a barbarian works this weird. The reason is she's cursed. And the curse is triggered whenever she's overcome with strong emotions. Which being a baby, yeah.
I just hold soft the Rosie.
Yeah. So, uh, Ella has offered to maybe if Rosie herself doesn't know anything about the curse, maybe her parents would know. Consider her parents are both magical ladies, and since Rosie herself can't go yet because she's still searching uh for her friend, she asked Alla to pay a visit
Mm-hmm.
and gave a letter. So to the uh the town it this game takes place is Calcium, and it's a small town at the shoreline of Pixar Protectorate. Um, People saying this is a river, but like I'm looking at the map and this does not look like a river. It looks more like a strait between a UPA and Pixar Protectorate.
Mm.
Yeah, but yeah, basically it's there.
I'm
I
gonna tell
will
you,
probably
first of
like
all, that it took
yes,
a while. I'm pretty sure it took a while for Alla to come in.
yes. It will definitely took a while. It definitely would took a while. I will drop the a bit of a map that
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Right there.
So yeah, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
So when Ella arrives at the at this town, it is a well quite small, mostly fishing tower. A tower. What town? My
Town.
English today completely
It's fine.
fucking
It's fine. It's fine.
yeah. Uh, so Ella is following the letter that Rosie has given her, and the letter takes her at the God. I gave even the name of a street, and I forgot. I forgot to write it down.
Oh no.
next time, please fucking remind me to write down whenever I think of something, and not just like, I will remember. I will never remember. So it's okay. Let's forget the name of the street. I will add probably maybe probably in post. In post, I say it.
Post.
Well, okay, we'll like if this will come up, I will definitely remember to write down the street. It doesn't matter really. What what matters is what doesn't matter, but like let's go from let's continue from that. It's a street. It's not a it's not close to the it's not the seaside. Wait, let's see. It's not the like the waterside
Mm-hmm.
street. It's not. Uh, it's mostly deeper to the into the into the land. And what's interesting about the street is a lot of houses on and the street are surrounded by gardens.
Hmm.
It's a very pretty sight. The white walls and the green plants, the multicolored flowers, a lot of flowers. So, I would like to know what Alla thinks of that. Like, does she like it?
Alla just thinks like, "Oh, nice flowers. This is neat. This is nice." It honestly reminds her a little bit of something, something. But this is a different place, different town,
Yeah.
and it looks pretty. But she's here on a mission, so she's trying not to dilly dally as much as she would in any normal day.
So yeah, eventually you find the uh the house that you're looking for. Maybe actually, you know what? Roll me a survival because I'm curious. Just it's just for flavor. Like,
Yes, the favorite role, the favorite role.
listen, it's just like the whole FPS. What the whole
Oh,
D&D
that's
12.
not bad.
It's not bad. It's not that bad. But like, I'm gonna say that you do like have to ask a bit around.
Mm-hmm.
Like where's it? Um. Uh, but you do find it. But you find it. The house.
Mm-hmm.
It's similar to the rest. Uh, there is again a same garden. You don't see anyone. You don't see anyone. Like there is some activity in the garden, but you can barely see anything through the absolutely massive bushes.
Kala gives a sigh and says like, hmm, should I sneak in
There's
or
you're standing in the front of the what is it? I forgot. The brain. Can you please fucking give me a break and give me a word? Fence. There we go. That's the
ah?
word I'm looking for. Yes. The like it's not particularly tall fence. It's just mostly a decorative fence, but it is a fence with a with a not it's not a door.
Gate?
Gate, yeah. It's like a little gate.
Mm-hmm. Ala just thinks a bit, just like, what do people do? What do normal people do when meeting normal other people? They just go in,
Yeah,
right? They just go in. Alice then is just like, okay, just try the gate. Gotta see if it opens.
the gate is not locked.
Hey. Alla opens it.
There's a When Ala opens the lock, there is a tiny chime, like barely audible chime, that seemingly out of nowhere. And
That should be fine.
out of out of the bushes where this was activity, comes the voice. Oh, coming! Wait a bit.
Alla stops.
Uh, Between the bushes appears a top of the head with pink bun appears from over the barely visible over the bushes, and to the gate comes a tiny toon lady, like roughly in her 40s. You're not particularly sure toon ages are. The point is, she's very similar to Rosie in build and the same shade of pink hair, tied in a bun. Even similar in a fashion sense, honestly. So you can assume this is one of Rosie's moms.
Absolutely.
She's uh she's com- she's coming over to Ala and she says, "Oh, hello there. I don't particularly remember seeing you around. Can I help you?"
Oh, right. Hi. And Alla takes off her hat and then just gives like a bow with the hat in her chest.
The lady chuckles and like and does like a bit of uh, a bit of like a reference.
Mm-hmm. I'm Alla Rosa and have a letter. This is how to do.
Oh, well,
And Alla
nice,
starts digging.
very nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Ella. I am Magnolia. So, you're saying a letter? Are you
Yes. Go inside her pouch and
are
just digging
you
around.
are you are you from are you one of the new post are you know about post lady? I'm sorry if there's maybe
No,
sorry for the question.
I'm a friend of, and Alla pulls out the letter and hands it to her.
She takes the letter and she sees that it's been indeed signed by Rosie, and she goes, "Oh, uh, are you? So Rosie sent you?
Yes. Oh,
Why didn't you? Why didn't you say so sooner? Oh, come in, come in. A friend of Rosie's is always welcome in this house."
all right.
So yeah, she's leading. She's leading you towards the house of Wallenbach, and and all the way she's leading you. She's barely taller than Rosie herself, so I'm presuming that you kind of do look at her like so like if I remember correctly, Alla is taller than Rosie, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, you kind of do look at her like look down at her.
Yeah, it's fine.
uh, so sorry if I'm being silent because
You're
I have
fine.
completely forgotten to look up something and I'm basically looking it up as I go.
You're
That's not
fine.
how
You're
you do
fine.
it.
You're
Yes,
fine.
yeses. um. Okay. So she leads you to the house, and all the way that she's doing, she is talking. She's um mostly it's kind of like it's a pleasant bubble of the middle-aged lady that I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to be because she's talking a lot. I am not be able to follow what she's saying because my brain is currently in a
Valid.
mush. Probably the one thing that you do catch is when she's in the middle of her talk, she's asking, "How is Rosie doing?" Uh, she's been she's been sending letters, but she never leaves the other what is it called in the address, like to the other side. I forgot the return address, right?
Yeah.
She never leaves the return address, so we can't even contact her. I mean I mean it's May. Come on, focus. I mean it is. May does not let me focus. Come on, I'm trying to speak.
You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
I'm trying.
You are. You're doing great.
I mean, it's positive for kids to have their own adventures, but you can't help but to worry about when you can't even say hi to him back.
You care a lot for her, huh?
Of course, she's laughing like, of course I do. She's my child. She's my baby. She's my little sunshine.
Right. As far as I know, she's been doing all right. Yeah, I've been making sure she doesn't get in too much trouble whenever she's around me.
Okay, sorry, I've zoned out at the probably wrong moment. Can you please repeat
You're
that?
fine. I've been trying to make sure she doesn't get too much trouble when she's around me.
Oh, you, you are so very kind. She just gives you a little pat. Thank you so much for looking out for her. Uh
Pussy. No, it just like looks away.
oh uh you are coming inside, and when you open the door, there is a second chime from the door, and barely preceding the chime, Magnolia shouts, "Heather! Heather, we have guests!" And hurries towards the kitchen. It's a two-story house, uh, and the intro, like in it, how to the entrance opens kind of like right into the kitchen slash dinner zone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's kind of this. There is a big there's a big oven, like roughly to the middle of roughly to the center of the house, so you can figure, like, you think that it is oven slash fireplace, kind of. I'm trying to figure out like how to translate it.
You're fine. You're fine.
uh so you kind of figure out that the house is uh the house is being heated by fire mostly.
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh So Rosie, oh wait, Rosie, Magnolia goes goes to the kitchen area, to the kitchenette, and she's preparing tea, and while going while saying you come come in, why come in, sit down, make yourself comfortable.
Sure. And takes a step in, kind of taking off her hat. She knows it's manners to not have a hat inside a house.
Of course, of course.
Look,
So
look.
do you sit at
I'll know some manners.
hell yeah. Do you sit at the table?
Yeah, she's just taking a look around, taking her time. It's been a while since she's been inside a house, especially a house that's still on use, and takes a seat at the table.
Hey, it's it's the kind of like a kitchen a kitchen corner. Like it's not a table surrounded by by the chairs, but they're more like a like L-shaped bench, very
Mm-hmm.
soft bench
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
with a few chairs where they don't reach. Um. So yeah, sorry for being silent. I'm still trying to look up a thing.
You're fine, you're fine.
While so while Magnolia is making tea and she's still talking. She's asking. So you are looking after Rosie. I right?
As much as I can.
I I hope she doesn't give you much trouble. Oh, she's a very rambunctious child. I know that for sure. And she gives you a wink.
See, she's has her knack on getting into trouble. That's for certain. We fought a dragon
Uh,
once.
oh, there is. She puts the kettle on the table and like on a like a very a very pretty knitted coaster.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of knitted things around. Like it's a very homely house. So she puts a kettle on the coaster and she turns around and there are sparkles in the
Oh
eyes.
my gosh.
And she just goes, "A dragon, you say?"
See, yes, yes. It was a weird mixture of a dragon. It was a whole thing with an island that had it was all wild surges, and the magic in there has been Ella tries to not
She's
curse, a little bit messed up.
she is listening and she's very interested about that. She's just like she's uh-huh. Well, that's an interesting adventure for sure. She is definitely taking she is definitely taking after us. And you can see that she's very proud. Which is
Oh my
surprising.
gosh.
Like it's like seeing this this very homely lady, but also that being excited that their child is away on adventures fighting dragons.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a very a very interesting thing to so yeah.
see that. Alla has been like shittering a little bit of what's been happening as far as that Alla knows, especially concerning Rosie and such. Not yet about any of the thing that she's actually here for, but just to ease up the conversations and such.
So basically, Alla is relaying like what they've been up to.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, does Alla mentions the bees?
Absolutely.
When Magnolia hears about the bees, she actually laughs. Oh, oh, I can imagine. Oh, poor baby, poor girl. You see, she's terribly afraid of bees. Our neighbor,
Ah.
he had a yeah, neighbor, he had a few highs, and the bees are really, really liking our garden. And well, you can imagine what can happen with where there's a beast and a very curious and unsupervised child.
Yes, that would have not been as great of a time.
Well, yeah. Um, During this conversation, and she does actually. She returns to the table with three with like with a tray that is three cups of tea, sugar, a sugar bowl. You know
Mm-hmm.
the one, a bowl with candies, candies, cookies, this kind of thing, like sweets, and a few fruits. And she sets it at the table. She puts the she puts the May, typical May, forgetting the word in the middle of a sentence. She puts a teacup in front of you. She puts the teacup. She sets the teacup aside, and she takes a cup herself before sitting down.
Mm-hmm.
So, this sounds like a wonderful adventure. Um, and may I ask, what are you up to? What are you yourself up to? What are you
uh,
what do you do for I guess for a living? I am assuming you are also an adventuring type.
well, more of a
Just
wandering type. That's all I really do tend to do nowadays. It's
a
wander.
wandering adventure. It's honestly the same the same thing.
Yeah.
She just kind of shrugs and just
If anything, I've just been uh incidentally helping folks without realizing and taking any job that can get me some money and such for a good place to rest once in a
she
while.
nods. She nods, with a knowing look. Yeah, yeah. Oh, well, been there, no, been there, done that.
Yeah, specialize also in making sorts of different kinds of weapons too. That's something.
Ooh, ooh, a weaponsmith. And what kind of weapons do you do? This is a very this is a very humorous like question for coming from her.
Yeah, I just like kind of like you see the eyes in the puncture just kind of shift away, but not Alice's head. Alice's head seems to be like very much paying attention. Yes.
um. Okay. Fuck. I was about to say that I roll for perception, and I realized I did not made any fucking stat blocks for them.
Oop.
What do I do? What do I roll? Do I just
Whatever
roll 20?
feels fine.
I I'm gonna just roll. I'm gonna just roll flat d20 and
Okay.
see just to see if just if she like realizes, like, or she's like this time she was basically doing as the same as Rosie. She's been looking at the face, assuming that's where the eyes are.
Oh my god.
Well, fuck me up, I guess. Well, let's say that she notices the like she notices the shift of the eyes on the clothes, but um I don't think she like brings much attention to that. She just kind of like looks down, sees the shift, the eyebrow goes up, and she continues listening.
Uh, well, my usual specialty will be making guns.
Oh, so a gunsmith. Well, not something that not something that I did. Not something that neither I nor Heather has been using in our time, but a good weapon nonetheless.
Yeah, it's a little complicated matter, but something I enjoy doing.
It's all well as long as you're enjoying it, and as long as it does not harm unnecessarily.
Of course, it really is just for defense and protecting yourself.
Abs- Absolutely. Um, I think at this point in your conversation, uh, a second person descends down the staircase, which is beside the fire beside the oven/fireplace. It's a closed fireplace. Like it's not like the open fire with an open fire. It's mostly like a metal stove encased in bricks. Kind of this kind of situation. So the second person descends, and it's another Toon lady. She's much taller, and she's in a different style, but the eyes are similar to Rosie's. So you'd assume this is the
Mom
second
number two.
part. Mom number two. Upon seeing her, Magnolia kind of perks up and goes, "Heather, there you are. Took you long enough, really. You don't make me just wait. This is not polite." And Heather, hmm, am still trying to find like spells. Honestly, like I remember you did say about something like if there's any spells.
You know, little detection spells or something of the other.
Yeah. Especially considering the you know the undead things. Uh, she gives a very strange look to Alla.
Alla sees that there's another person coming down, stands up, and gives a bow.
She gives a bow back and she says, "Well, welcome. Um, I'm. Hold on, brain. Come on. We didn't particularly expect guests today.
Yes,
Maggie."
fine.
Maggie goes, "Heather, this is Alla Rosa. This is Miss Alla Rosa. She bought. She has been looking after our girl for how long? How long you say?
Uh,
She's Yeah, she's listening to you.
A few months or so.
A few months. A few months already. And Rosie has sent her with a letter to us. And Alla, this is Heather, my lovely wife. Heather kind of blushes a bit to that and smiles like, you, you are flattered as always, Maggie. well, Hattie, I cannot. I'm barely saying the truth.
Well, you two are a lovely
Or-
couple together.
Magnolia laughs and says, "Well, of course we are." and you are yourself not too far behind.
Can you repeat that last bit a bit again?
Basically, she gives a compliment back to Ally, saying you yourself are all lovely.
Oh, well, I gotta maintain the look, right?
Heather looks like she wants to say something, but she doesn't. She decides against that.
Gonna roll a quick insight then. Just for
Yeah,
shits and
absolutely.
giggles. Just for shits and giggles. Oh, okay.
11. No, I think you only see like the most you see is just open the mouth and close it back.
No, I'm sure that's
And
fine.
Maggie continues. Maggie basically Maggie speaks. Maggie's still speaking. Maggie's so Alice there is a fellow wanderer, well, an fellow adventure type. So it is very fortunate that she's been looking after Rosie. Well, if we do think that if we do want that Rosie will take after us, she, but not only that. Believe it or not, Alla is a weapon master as well. A, and have a weapon master. That's an interesting profession for a wanderer.
I gotta learn how to use tools that you got, right? And if anything breaks, well, gotta fix it yourself.
Heather nods. Mm, it is familiar. That is familiar. Issue during our adventures, we also had to rely on our own resources quite a while. When she, right, Maggie? Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not particularly that I need some. I need any. Of course you don't. There's a bit of a banter between them.
Ella just just smiles and like, oh, these two have history together. That Ella understands. She can gather that
They
much.
they do. I would love you to roll another like insight or perception, whatever you want.
They're both the same damn thing.
Well, fuck.
Oh shit! That's a nat 20.
Nice. So yeah, you do manage to see that they do have history together, and they were, uh, according to the fucking Skyrim meme, used to be an adventurer.
To take an arrow to the knee.
They didn't. I'm going to say so far they didn't.
Don't jinx it.
Um. So this uh, does our to try the tea? trade off for
Yeah,
tea, like has
actually.
sugar. Sugar, no
Without
sugar, no
sugar.
sugar. Without sugar. Okay, yeah. Magnolia didn't put any sugar. That's the reason that she takes the
Mm-hmm.
she took the sugar bowl with
Yeah.
because if you notice that Heather does not put the sugar herself, and Magnolia on the other hand puts fucking three spoons. Three spoons.
Amazing, wonderful, good.
So yeah, you can figure out that they have learned that
Mm-hmm.
people have different opinions on sugar.
Yep.
Uh, I'm still trying to find things.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, they. So basically, this tea party continues
Mm-hmm.
for a while. The chatter. How does how well like how much like uh part does Ala take in a talk?
Just bits and pieces and such. If any of the other two like kind of pick up on Alla, you notice that Alla has been like setting up. It has like a very strange manner of like a lot of formalities, kind of sort.
Do I want to like I fucking regret not giving them any stat blocks. I'm gonna roll again a d20 to see like
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll two d20s to see who is going to notice. Okay. Let's see. Let's say that 2 was for Magnolia and 12 for Magnolia does not notice.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Heather, I think, got
Heather
kind of picks up some bit.
Heather, I think the most Heather notices that you are like what Ala is a bit too formal and also honestly Magnolia is during this talk is absolute like you know a very talkative like kind of uh God what what kind of type like a very talkative very friendly mom
Mm-hmm.
while Heather is mostly keeps to herself mostly just very very composed.
Mm-hmm. Very valid.
She's also watching you this entire time.
That's fine. I'm sure that's fine.
um
Definitely, Alice's eyes do not try not to like make eye contact as much. Oh gosh.
oh my god. God, I think I'm gonna roll another d20
Mm-hmm.
on that and just to see if they how did we already spend 4 minutes on that? I'm gonna roll another d20 until like if I see if Heather realizes like where where to look. Where are the eyes? 10. Fuck. Don't think she
No,
does.
not really.
I think the most she knows that there's something like you are not very good, very normal person.
Oh, well,
but
you
then
can say
again,
that again.
but then again, sorry.
You can say that again.
Like you're not very regular person. But then again, who's to say that the like people who are basically doing like wandering adventure for a living are regular? Definitely not. They're definitely not. Do you want? Does Alla want to like find an opening in the
Yeah,
conversation
yeah.
and
I will try. Has been like kind of trying to like at the very least ease up and say like, yes, I am a friendly individual here with very much the intention of wanting your daughter safe. I am here for our talk, without actually saying that, you know.
yeah.
And then at some point I was like, I do have a question though, in regards to Rosie, if you two wouldn't mind.
Um, both of them are perking up, and God, I'm trying to figure out like who's going to say what. uh, I think Heather asks, "Is there something wrong?" And Magnolia asks, She didn't get in very big trouble, did she?"
Oh, I'm making sure she isn't getting into a lot of trouble. Uh, oh, there has been some things been coming up about Rosie, and I'm could say a bit of concern within those things.
What what kind of things?
Uh,
Hopefully, she's not dating anyone yet.
as far as I know, I don't quite know her life, her love life. I don't think so. She hasn't mentioned anybody. But
Well, we all know kids and everything, but she really better not be. She's far too young for that.
absolutely, I yes. I was like gonna say like if there was somebody she would like put a gun into their head and threaten, but then Ella was like caught herself like I probably shouldn't say that. But I was wondering how much do you two know about wild magic barbarians?
Um. They give like they are thinking a bit, and uh, Magnolia goes, well, she is a kind of a unruly kid, so that would be most expected from her. I mean, we all know that I've tried to, and that's Heather speaking. We all know that I've tried to, well, he, teach her the trade, but she just can't focus long enough.
Yeah, I heard a bits and bottles about that. Um, I don't know if this is too much of a personal question, but do you
Do
two
you
know
think that?
any? What?
Do you think that? Hold on, voice decided to disappear mid sentence. Thank you very much. Do you think there's something else that prevents uh, her from learning?
Maybe. I, I have been checking up on her and taking a good look at her, and Do you two know anything about a curse?
As soon as you say curse, both of them tense up. And
I
Heather
bet you
is the
do.
first one to. They both of them tense up. Both of them just like trade looks. And
Mm-hmm.
Heather speaks up first and goes, "What kind of curse?"
Rosie has one, from what I've seen and gathered. Uh, apparently,
Can no, no,
yes.
no, no. Continue, continue, continue.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, she sometimes has these surges whenever she has high emotions going on, and she doesn't seem to remember anything about them, and she can't quite control them either. And from what I've seen and been trying to see, it's a curse of some sort. Has
Can you
rules.
roll? Sorry, if you have not finished, I am still.
No, you're good. I think I will just like pause at that. Just take a look at it too.
Can you roll me an insight?
Sure, sure. I swear Dice Sparks is gonna give me a bad roll. Yep.
Wow, you do not notice anything.
Nope.
Uh, Heather, Heather continues, and Heather says, like all you think is all you notice is that uh for once Magnolia is quiet
Mm-hmm.
instead of Heather. You don't know why, but she's quiet. Uh, Heather says, and when did you start to notice this? How
Uh,
often? How often that happened?
well, there was a few instances where it happened while I was uh near her, and there's been many other instances which I'm sure she hasn't told both of you about. She told me plenty when she was under the influence. I suppose that'll be one way of saying it.
So she could speak after the under the influence.
And I'm guessing you
That
two
well,
know
that's
something. And Alex just kind of gives like a glare. Like, not, you don't really see the glare, but you can feel it.
uh. Give me another insight roll, and I'm going to give you an advantage for that glare.
Oh, nice. Great. That's that's a 10.
With a 10, you like Magnolia is like Magnolia is strangely pale
Mm-hmm.
and gives Heather a worried looks. Um, God, how do where do I go from that? Heather, uh, Heather continues. You had a conversation with her when she was under the influence.
Yes.
How did she act under the influence?
Emotionally numb, basically. But,
Emotionally, emotionally numb, you
mm,
say? But
well, obviously, she still had emotions in there in some way or form, even though they were very, very dwilled down and such. She was scared. I can tell you that much.
Magnolia is uh, the one to the one to pipe up this time. She says, "Well, I can guess why."
I want to help her. And I want to know whatever happened. Because I'm invested in this kid. I'm guessing you two should be too.
Uh, God, I know I keep asking you to. I know I keep asking you to for insight.
Mm-hmm. I'll do an insight. Hey!
All
That's
right,
me!
fucking finally, there we go. Okay, there is there is nearly there is a very a lot of tension at the table, and you realize that the issue that that's like most likely like it's mostly affecting Magnolia rather than Heather,
Mm-hmm.
and Magnolia is the one that's uncomfortable to talk about it, and that like the curse issue is most personal to her.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to act on that?
I just want to know what happened. And whatever any of you two. And like, Alice's head specifically tilts towards Magnolia. As in, like, hint, hint. Or you two did to cause something like this to happen. Because I'm guessing based on your reactions, you two know something, and Rosie knows nothing. Should say it's a real shame. It's very difficult when a child doesn't know something that their parents did that affects them. Alice says that with like she has
There's
experience
they
with that.
oh oof oof okay uh those two like again share a look, and they speak rather quiet they speak rather quietly between each other, and uh Heather says, we should have told her. We did we didn't know it would affect. It's still worth to know. And I can't. And when the basically the conversation between them ends with Magnolia looking straight at Heather and saying, "I can handle this." Heather, uh, hesitant, pauses, and she goes, "All right." She gets up. She hits. She says, "Excuse me for a moment," and heads to the stairs. And at the stairs, she turns to Magnolia and adds, "Be careful, okay?" So you are alone with Magnolia, who is now a very, a very, a very sad and guilty looking.
Well, seems that we're alone a bit.
Magnolia sighs and she goes, "So let me Let me ask one thing.
All
Does
right.
she does she change
She changes
when this
colors.
happens? She changes colors. Is it rainbow by any chance?
It is.
Magnolia sighs, lets out a very, very sad chuckle, and then she reaches up to the sticks, holding up her bun. Her hair are were done in a bun, and the most you can see that they are the same pink shade with a few stray gray hairs.
Mm-hmm.
Most probably, early grays, because holy fuck, those two were up to some adventures. uh, she pulls the hair sticks out and undoes her hair, and she says, "Well, I guess it's hereditary." And you see that the bun was hiding a handful, like a handful of not just gray hairs, but multicolored hairs. The same shades that Rosie had.
What happened?
Magnolia sighs and goes, "Well, truth to be told, it's not just Rosie. It's mostly me." She gets up from the table, and takes her own cup, and she asks, "Would you like some more tea?"
If you're offering.
Sorry?
If you're offering.
Yeah, she takes your cup and she goes to back to the kitchenette. And this is the point that I gave you a chance to do, like, God, perception of investigation. I don't know, because, look around
Yeah, I'll
the
do
room.
an investigation. Why not? That's Alice.
15. So yeah. There's it's a lovely,
Mm-hmm.
like a typical family room. There's a lot, as I say, there's a lot of knit stuff. There's definitely like a knit uh thrown blankets on the like on this bench that you're sitting on. There's a lot of photos as well, on in the frames on the walls. The photos, there are mostly photos of those two and the kid. The kid, you assume Rosie. She's very little. It's a baby photos in there.
Mm-hmm.
uh, so there is, however, one photo that uh may come on. It's not time to black out. Uh, there's one photo that Magnolia picks from the wall, one frame, and brings it to the table with with cups of fresh tea,
Mm-hmm.
and she sets it on a table. So you look at it, do you?
Yes.
It's a photo of Magnolia, Heather, and a third person. Uh, all of them are younger, about like visually about the like about Alice age, about like looking like about like in their 20s. They are very
Mm-hmm.
young. The third person, like the like Magnolia and Heather, they are largely unchanged. Heather already has the like this like Heather already is, no, Magnolia already has this scar on the nose, but not on the brow.
Mm-hmm.
And Heather does not has the like the weird uh like both of her hands are the same from you, so you can see from the
Mm-hmm.
picture. The third person is not a humanoid tune, not a human tune. It's a sheep tune that it's a sheep with white fur and black limbs and face, and she's. They're all smiling. They're all laughing even. So Magnolia sits down, and again there's a sigh, and well, it's this this curse is kind of why we had to stop.
What
Does
happened?
does
Because,
Ala ask anything about the picture?
yeah, as what happened from the looks of it, the three of you seemed happy, though there is one missing.
Hmm. Magnolia gives a like it's a very like sad nostalgic look at the picture, and she says, "Well, this this girl there, the third one, her name was P. I will type
Mm-hmm.
Sweet P, and well, we were traveling together, the three of us, all skilled in magic. Heather mostly knew her books. Well, she's still doing the magic by the book. I, well, most I was just doing what come to me, the way that I understood it. It's it's really just kind of it's really magic was always kind of taking over. And P, she was she's asking for magic from the gods. So from this conversation, you take that Heather is a wizard, uh, Magnolia is a sorcerer, and P is a warlock.
Mm-hmm.
Heather, she was she was mostly okay with the way I did magic. She did not try to uh, change it in any way. I believe she even liked it.
There's a but.
P was the one who never liked it. At first, she urged me to, get a proper education, get a proper learning, and well, I did. With Heather was tutoring me. There's a bit of like a bit of a bit of chuckle, a bit of giggle to herself that you'd figure out that the tutoring was less of magic and more of something else. It didn't seem to stick. The formulas always felt like an unnecessary step. Unnecessary step. The formulas, the ingredients, the this just it's just an extra preparation.
There's a lot of
And
different ways to do magic.
yeah, exactly. Well, I have a feeling you also know your way with magic, do you?
Just a few things.
Well, a few things is a good enough is good enough as well. She's silent again. It's kind of like reminiscence slash hesitation of continuing to speak because this is a difficult topic to her. Do you press further?
What happened to Sweet Pea?
It was it was an argument. Usually we argued a lot with P. She couldn't stand the my approach to magic. She called it flippant and without thinking and just just careless sometimes. Usually Heather was the one to break up the fights before it escalates into something something actually serious that would hurt any one of us. And I know I have a temper, and though I think that's the one thing Rosie took from me. But oh, P, she shakes her head. Oh, she may have been a sheep. She may have a look of a sheep, but oh, she had a temper of a dragon. I I really would like to think it was she didn't mean it. It was just eh, it was just a fit of anger.
But it hurt you.
What I remember is she screamed that if I can't if I can't take it under control, then it's being magic. She will do it for me. And after that, there was. It's something that, at the moment, it's a blackness. And you figure out that Magnolia's speaking. It's happened the same what happens with Rosie when she rages.
She cursed you.
We, well, Heather assumes that was the curse. We've been looking to wait for way to undo it for a while now. You do know how curses work, do you?
There's always rules with curses. There has to be a way out of it. Either that or you have to find the original one that put the curse on you.
Well, that's this is where we run into an issue.
Please do tell.
She she gets up and she goes, I better show you. And she goes into the corner of uh, the kitchenette, and like it's not a little particular corner. It's more like by the window,
Mm-hmm.
and by the window there's a large pot on the on kind of like a nightstand like table,
Mm-hmm.
and she brings the pot, and again, this is one of probably one of the traits that Rosie picked up from her because it's a very large pot,
Mm-hmm.
but she carries it with an ease. And she brings it to the table and she puts the pot on a table, and in a pot there's a singular white peony. You do know what happens with wild surges, right?
Ah. I'm just like, hmm.
Well,
That.
meet peony or pea.
Con esta sangrona. Okay. Just like a mother something herself in Spanish.
I will request fucking translation later.
I see. All right. I see why that's an issue.
Yeah, we we haven't been able to turn her back either. And at this point, I am afraid that it might be impossible. Also, all I can is keep her alive, I guess. Keep her well.
I
And you do
suppose.
notice that the flower is a very well kept.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna like, what if I was gonna do a real like sleight of hand kind of magic-y just to test something out.
Okay.
What about if I cast a spell magic?
Remind me what the spell magic does?
Um, choose one creature, object, or magic effect within range. Any spell of third level or lower, and the target ends. For each spell of fourth level or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting modifier. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a success check, the spell ends. On high E. Let me just post it right there.
Good question. Good question. Uh so you try to cast the spell magic, right?
Mm-hmm.
The flower shudders a bit, but nothing else happens.
Hmm. I'll just take a sip of
I'm
her
going to
tea.
roll a d20 for that. Like I'm going to
Okay.
use like a flat d20 for everything because I do not have the
Mm-hmm.
stats. 9. She doesn't notice. She kind of like probably looks. She's deep in her thought.
Mm-hmm. I'll just taking a sip of her tea.
There is, however, God, kind of want to make you roll a perception check.
Sure.
Nope, you don't notice anything either.
Nope. Well, you said she was a warlock of some sort, too?
Well, yeah, she didn't really bring up who was she, the exact deity she was conversing with, and I don't think we have any other way to talk with him.
Hmm.
This is a code for May did not figure it out.
Amazing.
I am prepared, I swear.
Absolutely. Well, if anything, there is such spells as that take off curses. There's a spell magic.
We 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 tried them. We tried them all. We tried every single spell in the book that we could get hands on. I I tried my own. I tried to, my magic is mostly me screaming at magic to get it work.
Mm-hmm.
Like like this is an out of character. Is just like what how I imagine Magnolia's magic is the same way Sophie fucking Hatter's magic works in the book,
Mm-hmm.
in the Howl's Moving Castle book.
Yeah, yep, yep.
I'm not taking anime. Anime like it's a completely different thing. Uh, but yeah, basically it's just Magnolia is just straight up saying like you do this and you do this
Mm-hmm.
because I say so.
Yeah, yep. Do not assert
Those
your
two,
style.
those two are basically Howl and Sophie, but lesbians.
Amazing. Amazing. Lesbians, you gotta love it. All guess
Yeah,
aside, just well,
I think this.
either something of higher power is keeping her that way, or she herself doesn't want to get out of it.
Well, if she does not want to get out of it, this is like it. She was sad. She was sad, and it's just kind of like her trying to get kind of like kind of like like fake angry to like lift up a mood a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I think you do notice that she's mostly trying to like cheer up
Mm-hmm.
herself from that fucking whatever the fuck is going on here.
Yep, yep, yep.
She kind of gives a pod a
Stink eye.
like a stink eye and a knock on on the edge like if you want to stay in the pod and sit still and be pretty. Oh, I mean, I'm all for that, but you better get out of there. It's been this has gone for way too long, P. The plant does not react to that.
Alla's gonna do an arcane check on the plant. Arcana.
Please do. Is it Arcana or Arcane? What the fuck is in
Arcana. It's
English?
Arcana. I just sometimes say arcane. Don't mind me. Well, fuck. Fuck you guys,
14.
parser.
14 is good enough. 14 is fucking good enough. Let's go for that. Um. Okay. You see, there is. What you can see for 13 is there is magic on there, but it's very, very, very faint magic.
Can Alla get a
It's
gist
less.
of
It's
what
less of
kind
a
of.
like.
Mhm.
It's less of like it's not even it's not even the kind of faint magic of like the person who like does not do magic, who's not unless not affiliated with magic whatsoever, and it's more of like a trace of trans what is it, transfiguration? No, hold on.
Transmutation.
Transmutation, there we go. It's a trace of transmutation magic that you'd see on a transmuted object.
That's weird. Any consolation, there is some sort of magic in there, but it's bizarre that it's so faint.
Magnolia nods and she says, "We, that's what we noticed as well."
Has it always been this
She
faint?
knows it. It wasn't faint in when we first found her. It was a very strong. It was like a smell. It was like a smell of a freshly baked pie. If you well, forgive me the comparison, but it was a fresh and it was strong, and maybe that kind of masked everything. We thought it was masking everything because of that, because of how strong it was. So we tried to dispel it, and we did not understand why it doesn't work. And over the years, they this trace become has become faint, uh, weaker and weaker, fainter and fainter, and at this point, we suppose she might not be there anymore.
Have you tried breaking the pot? Did any damage to it?
She she at first shudders, then she goes, "We, well, we we weren't sure that." At first, that was one of the first things that Heather offered to do, and I might have threw the pot on the ground. It didn't turn back. Since then, this bad girl has been through what, at least 5 pots. Oh, those were all replanting. I'm kind of afraid to let the plant die, just in case there is a chance to fix this.
Don't know. I want to try and help in any way I can, considering this also concerns Rosie.
She's very like when you mention Rosie, she becomes very sad and yeah, if we were fine with well, if it whether considered me, it was fine really. All we figured out that all you need to do is to well actually do take uh uh take control. Like, moderation is the key. It's kind of like with the alcohol, really. And so the moderation was what I was um, I was holding on to. But Rosie, we didn't even know. We didn't notice.
She didn't want to
And
say
that
anything about it.
she was she's really she's sad and kind of distressed. Like how, like in a way, like how did we miss that?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't she tell anything?
She was scared of it, and she didn't know any better. And I guess there's also the stinking, the not wanting to disappoint, I guess, in some sort of way. It can be a mixture of a lot of things, you know. Kids want to make their parents proud. And Allie kind of like rolls her eyes at that
They
and takes a sip at her tea.
they do. They sure do. We should have probably we should have taken a better look at that. Do you? I know this might sound very this might sound a very this might be a big question, a big a big favor I'm asking of you. But I I think at this point divine intervention is the one thing that maybe will do the trick.
Can't do anything if you don't ask.
Sorry, can you repeat that, Brain?
I I can't do anything if you don't ask.
Well, I did. I well suppose that you're not particularly affiliated with deities, unless God, I will even roll another d20. Um, 16.
Oh.
Okay, Soto. With
Yeah.
that 16, may I ask you what would uh what would the like? Remember when we were talking about like the detection, the like detect undead
Mm-hmm.
spells, kind of spells? Or what would they uh signal off?
What would they signal off? What do you mean by that?
Basically, how would they react uh to Allah?
Well, the detect undead spell will definitely signal undead on Allah. But there's also a stinge of something else. Some in a way that it's not quite fiend, it's not quite celestial in any sort of way. It's sort of something hiding underneath the undead kind of uh
Hmm.
yeah.
Unless unless there's something that brought you back from the brink.
Ah. So you picked up on that.
Well, you really expect a house with two mages in them not have any kind of detection, really.
I was hoping maybe not, but you know, from the looks of it, I didn't have to pull out my gun for anything. And Alec takes like, Alec starts drinking her tea as if it was like a shot,
Oh
and
my
places it
god.
down.
We don't. You did not seem like a threat.
I tried my best not to seem like one, so I'm glad that worked out.
You, you did a spectacular job of that. She gives you a wink.
Though,
I mean, I'm doing the same job.
yeah. As for what brought me out of the brink of death, well, actually, Alapasa said that. I'm gonna do a quick roll.
I'm eyes emoji. Fuck.
Okay.
What was
Uh,
it? What kind of role was it?
it was a wisdom save.
Alright, you didn't save.
I was like, don't quite remember how that happened. But I'm here now, so I guess that's all that matters.
A second chance at life is always something to be celebrated upon.
And you don't look at the gift horse at the mouth. Don't know whatever you're gonna spark up with that.
So
Actually, maybe a religion check. Or fuck, you don't have a sheet.
I don't have a fucking sheet. I should have made, but he's an NPC, and I thought I would. Fuck. Well, there's a fucking lesson learned. Make a sheet for an NPC, dumbass. Straight at 20, fuck it.
Oh damn.
17. What does it.
Have Magnolia ever been to where was it? In a UPA in any desert in UPA or Wander. The Wander Desert?
Probably they were back, well, during their adventuring ages.
And then well, Magnolia has picked up on the eyes on Alla's cloak. Um
Uh, I think she did pick up. She
yeah,
just didn't, she just, like, she
didn't
never
comment
questioned it.
on it. Yeah. Those are similar to, judging by how long ago that had probably been, a town that was there some time ago that has some of those eye imagery in there. By someone have been painting on them, those in a lot of places, and you think it might have been something correlated to, uh, something not mortal.
Hmm. Remind me, please. Alla is a UPAN, right? Or at least looks like
Allah
one.
is a wonder, a wonder. Underbrows, you know?
What? I'm
uh,
I'm sorry. I meant like a fucking sub race. What?
yeah. The ones that go fast, the Wonder Brothers kind of race. That's what she looks like,
Warney,
anyway.
Warney. I mean, like
I think.
this.
Yes.
Oh, okay, the same. Okay, the same. Mm, Magnolia will go. Have you have you by chance been to uh Beauty UPA?
A few times, yeah.
Mm, you don't mind if I ask about the about the ornament on your cloak?
I like just kind of just looks at Magnolia like, go ahead.
It's just I remember seeing some of that in the town. Oh well, when there were three out there. So it, I'm just wondering. You don't look like you're from UPA.
Oh. from the desert. Uh, Born and raised, I suppose that's the phrase of it.
Hmm. I'm I'm guessing that you what I'm guessing is you don't have any access to uh any sort of deities, do you?
Well, give me some time and can probably figure something out, though. I'm good at that.
Yeah, that would be too much to ask for. But
No,
if
it isn't. Just give me a bit. I know some things or the other. I can figure something out.
we would we would really appreciate that.
Yeah, I I know some. I know some things. Uh, I know something. I know some things. Don't I can get you something or the other. Alan at this point has like gotten up.
I'm going to fuck me. Nope, 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 nope. I will I will go with different version that I was about to say. Uh, um, Ali's getting up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ali's. So what is Al saying?
Alan's just I can figure. I know things. I know something. I can do something about this.
What? It's worth a try, right? Thank you very much for help. I can I can tell you you do you do care a lot about Rosie as well.
She's one of my people now. And Alice now kind of dig around, gets something out of her poncho and just kind of places down on the table. And you see it's something like a pin of sorts, is similar to her eyes.
I a pin.
Uh huh.
I thought it was a different syllable. Sorry, my fucking audio procession today is completely different,
You're fine.
completely
You're
fucking
fine.
whack. Uh, Magnolia picks up the pin and like shoots you like a question look
Just keep it.
as a charm of sorts. Or is this a way to contact you?
Apparently, it works either way on that. Ali just like shakes her head at that. I should get going though. Um, I'll figure something
If
out about this. Yo say algo. Yo sí sé algo.
if if you must go, I'm sorry for keeping you for so long. She goes to walk. She goes to walk it through the door.
Mm-hmm. At this
And
point, has put on her
again, when you
hat.
again when you open the door, like it's does not like I want to say that it does not react when Magnolia touches the door, but when you touch the door, again a chime is
Mm-hmm.
heard to which Magnolia goes, oh shush, and you
I.
realize this was the alarm spell.
That was the alarm. Great. That's my last sign. I need to ask. And Alec kind of like turns around. Am I welcome here?
Well, as I say, a friend of Rosie is always welcome here.
And with that, Alla grins. Thank you for that.
I'm starting to have second thoughts about that. Like me as a person, as a player, just oh fuck.
Tell Heather I say thank you for the hospitality.
It's still Heather, it's Magnolia.
Yeah, I tell Heather, like,
Oh right, I I will t- I will relate her, and you have safe travels. All
of
right,
course.
you you take care of yourself as well.
I mean, as best as I can, considering. But, don't be surprised when something pops out. And Ala starts heading out without a second word on that.
So, yeah. Yeah, I'm guessing you leave the house and you leave the gate, you leave the garden,
Mm-hmm.
and this time when you touch the garden gate, it does not chime.
I'm gonna do something real quick. Oops, that was. It's fine, it's fine, it's
Did you
fine, it's fine.
did you fuck up?
Yeah, but that was an 18 regardless.
What
Yeah,
the fuck
okay.
do you do? What the fuck do you do with my old lesbians?
It's fine. It's a 15. Yeah. Ala heads out her way. Um, deities, right? Well, Ala does have some sort of relationship towards a deity.
It's a murder relationship, isn't it?
Oh, don't hush you. But well, depending on how you want to go with it, Ala can have contact with a deity if so desired.
So yeah, I'm guessing this is where we wrap it up.
Yep.
Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you, Sora, for this for this play. I am so very sorry for being half prepared.
It's
I've
fine.
mostly
It's fine.
spent time.
It's been a delight, and he who lore.
He who lore indeed, and not just Rosie lore. It's just also Alla lore. Hello,
Just a
undead.
little
What the
bit.
fuck?
It's fine.
We will continue on that. I will shake you. But yeah,
Yoo-hoo.
yeah. Let's say bye to our lovely listeners at this moment. Bye.
Bye.